The Death Rattle of Christianity in Britain, in which the Catholic journalist Damian Thompson speculated that Anglicanism will disappear from Britain in 2033. He cites British social attitude surveys, which suggest that the number of Anglicans here fell from 40% of the population in 1983 to 29% in 2004 to 17% last year. The decline among Roman Catholics is less marked, from 10% of the population to 8% over the same period. But Mr. Thompson puts that down to immigration. It used to be thought that the United States was immune to this kind of secularization, but a survey published by the Washington-based Pew Foundation, external last month, calls that into question. It found that the percentage of Americans who described themselves as Christian had dropped from 78.4% to 70.6% between 2007 and 2014. And while those figures, of course, show that America is still an overwhelmingly Christian country, the Pew Religious Landscape Survey also suggests that the decline is a trend. It concludes that the drop in religious affiliation is particularly pronounced among young adults.
Christian nationalism is on the rise. 3 years ago, Christian nationalists stormed the U.S. Capitol, killing police officers while carrying crosses and signs reading "Jesus saves." 2 years ago, Christian nationalists on the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, allowing states like ours to outlaw abortion even in cases of rape and incest. And as we speak, Christian nationalist billionaires are attempting to dismantle public education in the state of Texas and therefore dismantle democracy. Let me be very clear. There is nothing Christian about Christian nationalism. It is the worship of power, political power, social power, economic power in the name of Christ. And it is a betrayal of Jesus of Nazareth. Jesus never asked us to kill police officers. Jesus never asked us to ban books, silence teachers, or defund schools. Jesus never asked us to control women's bodies. Jesus never asked us to establish a Christian theocracy. All he asked was that we love thy neighbor.
We got to a point where we were like, no, this is more. We love each other in a different type of way. It's not just platonic, like this is deep. It went to another conversation of how in the world could we ever be? And that was the most heartbreaking years of just saying, we'll never be.
Right. We were serving a ministry at a non-affirming church together.
Wow.
And we came to the realization that we have no future. We have to there's no point in pursuing this. We need to move forward. And so we tried to just not be together for a long time, and it wasn't working.
Yeah.
But it was heartbreaking. It was like having a sad breakup over and over again.
And still loving our call, and both of us knew, like, we're called to this, but we couldn't reconcile. How can we be called and still be something that could ever be? So we just was heartbreak, you know?
Michael Flynn, a retired general and former national security advisor to former President Donald Trump, has emerged as a leader for the far-right movement. The Associated Press's Michelle Smith joins Reality Check's John Avlon to discuss how Christian nationalism and culture wars messages take center stage at his Reawaken America tour rallies. His status as a Christian warrior for election deniers, extremists, and conspiracists is the focus of a new documentary by Frontline on PBS and the Associated Press, Michael Flynn's Holy War.